I went into it, which was wild. It was like those drones that are flying around was what I imagined them to be like inside. I went there and enjoyed some professional wrestling last night. The debut of WWE Monday Night Raw on Netflix. And I got to say, Hamilton, I had questions going in. I was open-minded. I think this is something that you thought you'd never see. Hell hath frozen over.
And it seemed like, I mean, your experience there was what I expected a Kay Adams experience at a wrestling event to be. You're focused on Topanga, Eric Andre, everything going on outside the ring. You don't know who Undertaker is. It's, yeah.
Okay. I walk in, and I was with my friend Karin, and I said, we're going to see, like, somebody hilarious. It was something that's going to, like, blow my mind. I said this to her as we're being walked down to our seats. So, no, I felt so taken. It was an incredible, I'm so grateful. Like, I had the most insane seats. I had, like, 9 different seats, but it was amazing. I can't sit in one place because I wanted to see different angles and stuff like that. The first celebrity, I mean, Tiffany Haddish was, like, warm-up, pre-show, on a chair next to me, just, like, unbelievable. She's incredible. We were yelling. We thought they were yelling CFO when they were saying CM Punk, and she was like, "What are you doing?" She straightened us out. It's fine. We'll get there. I see Topanga. I didn't even notice Eric Matthews wasn't back. I'm like, is Minkus coming out with a metal chair? Why are there so many metal chairs? I would hide all devices, all metal things like the chairs. But I will say, I was impressed by the noise, the acoustics of, like, the hits. It was so high. It was the exact energy that I thought it would be. But yeah, sing Topanga. And then, show the Undertaker thing, right? I want to talk about this.
Because what's this guy's story?
Okay.
What a tweet.
Well, what happened was, this whole thing reminds you of, like, it's got, like, the workings of a political convention. Like, it's nonstop. People just come and, like, do a lap just like that and then leave. And it's just like, one person after the other, and music and hoopla and hijinks and pyro and, like, all this stuff. So it went black. And I promise you, I thought this is like the Undertaker thing, if he's still around. And then the Ghost Rider came out, like, instead, and starts doing wheelies like I'm an Excite Bike or something. And I'm like, is this Ghost Rider without the flames and the skull? Like, I had no idea that there had been a story rewrite. And this is really, like, copyright infringement, I think, on Ghost Rider's behalf. I think there should be a lawsuit filed. I don't know what's going on. But I did not know that was now the Undertaker's vibe, which I don't even know, like, do we like that for him?
I mean, it's just like, almost like retirement vibes. He's got it, like, wild
he's, like,
times. He's got his motorcycle club.
I don't love that. He's, like, going, it wasn't giving Sons of Anarchy the way it was explained to me by everyone. It was giving, like, he's sitting at Meekum auction bidding $12,000 on a classic Harley. Which I don't mind if I'm happy for him.
Yeah, we're happy for Undertaker. Listen, I'm not super qualified to answer all of these questions. So we decided to bring in somebody who is just re-signed with TNA Wrestling this weekend. So we want to congratulate him on that. AJ Francis, get in here and help Kay answer some of these questions.
AJ.
I am dying laughing just hearing Kay's explanation of things involved in wrestling. And you will know, Kay, that it is very well known. I am a huge fan of The Undertaker, have always been, especially Dead Man Taker. I actually liked the Motorcycle Undertaker, as he's called by a lot of people. But a lot of my friends are not particular to Motorcycle Undertaker, so you are not alone in that.
So he just shows and he pops a wheelie, and then it's just like, and then I don't.
It was the early 2000s, Limp Bizkit was in. There was just a lot going on,
Yeah, AJ, congrats on signing with TNA. You're wearing the hoodie. I need a hoodie. I went
I'll send you all the merch we got.
I need merch. That's what part of this last night is. People are dressed from one end of the spectrum to the other. Like, people were wearing hoodies and T-shirts, like Raw is War. Chalkline had some really cool stuff. Shout out to that. And then there were people who were like the Bellas, where I was like, oh my goodness gracious, like and then CM Punk came out, and I was like, I need to dress better for this. I need to brush up here. It was unbelievable.
You might be the first woman that's ever went to a wrestling show and thought, I'm underdressed.
Yeah, I know you've been trying to get me. I'm glad you popped on, because I thought you were going to come on and be mad at me.
Not at all.
Because I feel like you've tried to get me in this a long time. And I want to say something because you could be like, oh, now she's in. I was tweeting about it, about going, all my experiences, whatever. I have to say, wrestling fans, and this isn't a joke, the most welcoming sports or whatever base I've ever felt.
Yeah,
so like,
well, that's
I've
now.
worked in, and this isn't to put anybody else down, but like I've dabbled in some like boxing and stuff like that, and it's no, everyone, even on Twitter, they're not like, this idiot does. I mean, there, of course, some of that. But there was just like, welcome. Yes, enjoy, love this. Yes, that was, seven gin and tonics deep. Love that video.
That video is incredible. No, it's funny because, wrestling fans, when they are interested in something or when, for example, someone like you who is coming to a show, is admitting you're not a big fan, but you're willing to check it out, like they appreciate that because wrestling is going more mainstream than ever. I mean, there's not going to be a surprise. They haven't announced it yet, I don't think, but I'm positive however many people watched that show on Netflix last night, it'll be the most watched wrestling event of all time.
Yeah.
So it's a big deal. And then for you to be there and other celebrities to be there, and it was wild. Watching your live stream of consciousness as you were marking out over Topanga, and I was like, of course Topanga's there. She's a huge wrestling fan. Vanessa Hudgens, a big wrestling fan.
Yes, she was right there.
She had a shirt that says "Pretty Girls Love Pro Wrestling" or whatever it is. So
I didn't see that, but I'll say
shirt.
It was a great vibe, and of course it's going to be in that place, but sometimes in those situations you aren't welcome. Like it's like you don't, and I felt so welcomed by the wrestling community and the wrestling loving community, and I just want to shout, I think it's like such a beautiful thing, and I think that more than anything sucked me in, that nobody made me feel stupid for not knowing, and it was like everyone was just excited, and it was just, it's rare now to be part of something, anything that isn't divisive, and there's obviously like divisive and polarizing parts of whatever, like I don't subscribe to them, but it was really just like, I'm watching Topanga, and she is like, she looks like she's in like 300, like at like, at a pit watching somebody, like she's like, and all this is going on, and I could not have loved it more. And I also want to say, all these dudes who were like, oh, babe, I don't want to watch, like, Ariana and Jax fighting on Vanderpump Rules and, like, drama and, like, Bravo. Like, this is the most, Seth Rollins and CM Punk and all this. It's the most dramatic thing I've ever seen in my life. So, like, put a cork in it, guys.
Drama. Wrestling is just male soap operas. That's all it is. It's the longest running soap opera of all time. It's a traveling carnival with everybody. There's a little bit for everybody. That's what drew me to wrestling at a very young age. And I did, in fact, try to get you to come to WrestleMania in New York when I did your old show. That was fun. I did come to your show during WrestleMania week, but it's okay. It's okay. I appreciate the fact that you actually went to a show. You enjoyed yourself. I even said on Twitter, I was like, you're going to have the time of your life. And it's pyro. It's crazy action scenes. It's dramatics. It's celebrities. It's everything, man.
Yeah, and then like Ari Emanuel's walking around, and then like everyone's like, it's just like it was the wildest group of people. I will say that. We'll have more on that. Before we let you go, tell me about Total Nonstop Action Wrestling. Tell me about what's going on with you, and thank you for popping on, and congrats on everything. Tell me.
No, thank you so much. It's been great, man. I just re-signed with TNA. I had the best year of my career last year in TNA. Last match I had was for the TNA World Title. This year, the goal is the TNA World Tag Team Champions with my tag team partner, Casey Navarro. And, I'm excited for another great year. 2025 is going to be the best year of wrestling ever. And it's the reason why people like you are crossing over the line. And I just need you to cross over the line. Come see a TNA show.
Okay.
We got one in LA.
I'll
definitely bring you out. It's at the USC basketball arena, so it'll be a good show.
Okay, I don't know who from Boy Meets World you can get there for me to be upset.
Topanga will probably be there if I had to bet money.
I would love to see it. Congrats on everything. I need to know, in the WWE world, who should be my guy. Like, I don't like the popular. I don't want popular. I don't want like Captain America. I want like alt. Like, he's got a story. Like
I was gonna say
seediness.
Roman Reigns. I love Roman Reigns.
saw him.
That's a good guy. That's a good one. You know, if you want somebody with a little bit of a backstory that you can really get behind, that the fans are also behind, I would either go with the Street Profits. They're a great tag team.
Okay.
Or LA Knight. LA Knight, another good one.
Okay. I've never heard of them. I can't wait to learn more about this. We love you, AJ. Good luck with everything, and I will see you in LA, me sitting next to Topanga.
Oh, that'll be awesome. I'll put you right next to each other.
Maybe we'll fight each other. Okay, bring out the chairs and the folding tables. Okay, we have so much more to get to. So appreciative of AJ Francis. Should we talk some football, I guess? Let's bring up the wild card schedule. Everybody talk about some wrestling matches between some teams here. Here's how it stacks up. Saturday, we get the Chargers-Texans. Can't wait to walk down memory lane with Darren Sproles and his epic wild card game with those Chargers. We get Steelers-Ravens, the nightcap Baltimore 9.5-point faves. Even though they might be without Zay Flowers. Harbaugh spoke yesterday and said he's day-to-day. Keep an eye on that. Sunday, Broncos-Bills, no big deal. Packers-Eagles. Matt LaFleur, by the way, said yesterday Christian Watson done for the year. Giving love to him, his family, of course. He suffered a torn ACL in that loss to the Bears. Go do it for Christian Watson, that Packers. Go do it. Thoughts to him this morning. Then Bucks Commanders on Sunday night. Tampa 3-point faves there. Vikings Rams cap it off on Monday night. Minnesota's gone from a 2.5-point fave yesterday down to 1.5 as of this morning. Before we dive ahead full speed into next weekend, there are some things that stood out that we want to put a bow on. We didn't get to talk about the Commanders yesterday. So Mariota has this pep talk, right? We all saw it on Twitter. Then he sparks Jaden's playoff clinching drive in overtime last week. It was only fitting that Marcus got to lead a game-winning drive of his own on Sunday. This throw. Let's see it. This throw. Okay, let's do it. This unbelievable catch from Terry McLaurin. Oh my gosh. Clinched the 6th seed for the Commanders. It sends them to Tampa instead of having to go back to Philly. Nobody wanted that. And beyond that play, it's hard to be better than Mariota was in the second half replacing Jaden. He came off the bench and put up 217 total yards and 3 touchdowns while throwing 3 incompletions. Just 3. What a moment for Mariota. Look how jazzed Jaden's me in the stands last night at Raw. Unbelievable. It's them finding another way. They keep doing it. They can get the job done in the clutch without Jaden. You know what kind of confidence that can give a team? These Manders, they're on a mission. Manders on a mission. This is 3 straight games with last-second touchdowns from the offense, dramatic finishes, 5 straight wins overall. The second time in 38 years that Washington's won 12 games in a season. That trip to Tampa isn't going to be easy. The Bucs are 3-point faves right now. If you believe in momentum heading into the playoffs, it is definitely on the Manders side. If you're dabbling on FanDuel Sportsbook, you see the lines right here. Go do it. And get it done. Same, by the way, can be said for the Chargers. We got that Chargers helmet back here somewhere. I'll have to put it up. There you go. FanDuel Sportsbook, guys. Go there for these early week wild card props and lines. Okay. Well done. I just got to say, well done. There we go. Thanks, control room. Let's talk about these Chargers a little bit. Darren Sproles on the show. Darren frickin' Sproles is on the show today. They're going in hot, too. Speaking of momentum, 3-game win streak. They beat the Raiders on Sunday, and much like the Commanders, they could have sat guys. They chose to go for it. They made that decision. They said, we want to improve our seeding. We want to go to Houston instead of Baltimore. And there was another big development I don't want to overlook here, and it's what went on with Quentin Johnston. Okay, all-pro Quentin Johnston? We'll see. It's been a roller coaster season for the former first-rounder. Seeing him end it with 13 catches for 186 yards against the Raiders going into the playoffs is absolutely huge. Okay? This is a guy, I don't know. We know he's had some inconsistencies. He has all the talent in the world. Also has inconsistencies on the team, of course, and everything going on, but he caught everything on Sunday. Justin Herbert was feeding him. Here's what Justin had to say about Quentin after the game.
You know, he's playing the right football at the right time. He's confident. He's going out there and he's having fun, and you can tell. You know, he's feeling it, and whenever he's doing that, you got to give him the ball. But for Q to respond the way he has, to battle everything that he's gone through, it's been awesome to see him just go out there and compete and play football.
I love this. This is exactly what the Chargers are going to need if they make a playoff run and do that. And as much as I love him, you can't just lad your way all the way to New Orleans. Maybe you can. Why would you want to? It's going to take Quentin making big plays, big moments, high volume, high stakes. That's what he has to be. He's got the talent. He always has. That's always been the thing. maybe Sunday could be the start of something big for QJ. Maybe he doesn't have the opportunity to play in these huge games. Maybe he's got the bright light stuff where he can get it going when he needs to. And he will, of course, need to. What's it? 2.5 guys over on. We'll be back with Darren Sproles after this. And I want to talk more about this. Hamilton, you got more questions? Hit me. Hit me! Is it like a known thing that CM Punk looks like John Hamm?
I don't know about like John Hamm, but I think it's well known, you know, that he's a good-looking dude.
He's a good-looking dude.
Yeah.
Aura.
Yeah.
Good-looking dude. But John Hamm, he reminds me of John. He could play like.
John Hamm.
Yeah. What else you got?
How was Eric Andre? What was he? You know, Topanga we saw fired up. He seemed like he was just kind of.
Well, you know, like I would never talk. I'm never going to talk to anyone. That's one thing about me is, I'm never going to talk to anyone. So like you see these people and people I know, I won't go. I mean, as you know, I won't go talk to.
Yeah.
DK Metcalf story.
If I was there, you would ignore me. Yeah.
Not ignore you. I just
Nah.
want to like sit. You know, I moved my seat because I didn't want to be behind the really famous guy. I didn't move my seat, but I did not want to sit there because there was a lot going on around. Around them. Anyway, so the only person I went, so I saw like, of course, like we're all in the back, and I see Eric Andre, and I don't know him. You love him. I sent you a picture, and then I ended up tweeting it. But part of me was like, should I just go and be like, hey, FanDuel, like you're in the commercials.
What's your hunch?
Hey,
Yeah.
what's your hunch, bud? Like. Whatever. Didn't do that. But I did not have it in me to not. I was around Kieran, and he was like with his family. And I'm thinking like Kieran Culkin, like he probably hasn't slept in 7 days, like Golden Globes award season, like. But my obsession with Succession, of course, and I'd met the whole ensemble before at the People's Choice Awards. I was on the red carpet interviewing. And it went. I couldn't not see how he was going to be, and so the opportunity presented itself to go say hi. And like I would never go say hi to anyone. And I was like, hi. I know. And I was like, hi, Kieran. I just wanted to say, like, I know you filmed this movie. I haven't seen it yet, but you filmed it in Poland, and like, I'm dying to know what you thought about Poland. Like, did you actually film? I like did that, and then I was like, but he was lovely, and like loved Poland and loved Warsaw, and like I texted my dad that we have to watch this movie because I think it's called what is it? Sorry, I should know the movie. I can't wait to see it. It's like my postseason activity. A Real Pain, is it? Yeah, Real Pain with Jesse Eisenberg, and it's like filmed in Poland. Oh, nice. So I wanted to get his like take. So I said hi to somebody, but then I of course like thought about it. I had anxiety about it for like the following 17 hours. But that was who I was.
Just been embarrassing.
Raw
That's
was
awesome,
made
though.
for. I had Topanga and Kieran Culkin. Like I could not have been.
This is the Kay Adams edition of Raw.
What else?
AFC North, go through Baltimore.
What's up, bolt fam? Let's bolt up. Playoffs, we on the way, baby. Job's not finished. Go Tessie. The boys is back in town. Woo! Payne and Vegas handle business.
Let's go! Now the real season's about to get started.
This is just step one. We're on to bigger and better now.
Now that season's over, we are moving on. Division winners, back-to-back seasons, and the #1 seed. On time! Who's got it better than the champion? Nobody!
My next guest, the first player drafted out of Fayetteville State in almost 50 years, a cornerback for the Kansas City Chiefs, two-time Super Bowl champion, and Kansas City social team's best friend, Josh Williams. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm excellent. How you doing today?
I'm so good. It's great to see. I mean, not as great as you, Mr. One Seed. What are you doing with yourself all morning? What happens now? You go like into a cave and hibernate like a bear and come out when you just like the teams beat themselves up. What happens?
That's not a bad plan. I might have to write that down. Right now, though, a lot of it is just resting up. We got guys, with little knicks-knacks, just taking care of that, and just kind of enjoying this time off we have. It's been a long season, and we have a hopefully longer season ahead of us. So a lot of it is just rest and preparation.
Some people might think it's hard to relate to a two-time Super Bowl champion. Like, stars, they're just like us. But stars have plane trouble and delays, just like we regular people do. How awful was that with the Kansas City and the Denver? I have to know how you got through the delay.
So it was crazy. Originally, we had like an hour or two more to sleep in. And they told us basically that morning, hey, the hour or two is not in effect anymore. And now, come back in at normal time. So we come back in at normal time. And then after we do our walkthroughs and meetings, we go back to the normal schedule because our flight got delayed. So boom, our flight got delayed back to the normal time. We didn't get to sleep in. And we get to the tarmac. We get on the tarmac, and I think it's like 3 hours go by, right? We're sitting on the plane. We're freestyling. We're playing chess. People are playing board games, just trying to make time pass. And, it took, like I said, like a good 3 hours for us to get off the ground and get headed to Denver.
What were you doing? What do you do when you have a delay? Are you a crossword guy? Are you doing Sudoku puzzles? Like, what is Josh doing?
Right. A lot of times I'll sit there and trash talk Jay Reed playing chess because, I don't know how to. But I'm going to sit there and trash talk a little bit just so, I can feel like I'm involved. After that, I might sit there, grab some snacks, usually some gummy bears, pass some more time doing that. And then that's kind of where the freestyling started coming in. We had some rookies thinking they could take me on. I didn't like that. So, I had to go ahead and get them out of there.
What's the best plane movie? The best movie all time on a plane ride?
I mean, I feel like just because it's on every single airline I've been on, I think Gladiator is on every flight. If you're on a flight and you don't know what to watch Gladiator. And they just came out with a second one.
Wait, I feel like if we did a poll of the most watched movies on NFL flights with NFL players, Gladiator's probably in the 3 spot. What are the other 2? Like, what are the movies that like 6 people at every flight are watching this movie?
Right. Gladiator for sure is top 3. Snakes on a Plane has to be on there. Only because you're on a plane, right? Everybody's seen that.
It makes sense.
And then one has to be Interstellar. And that's my favorite movie all time, regardless, plane or not. So yeah, those 3.
Okay, we're not going to talk about any. I want you to explain to me in 3 sentences what the hell Interstellar is about. Go.
Okay. Time relativity. It's about space travel, and it is about Matthew McConaughey. That's all you need right there, those 3 things.
My control room was cracking up. I tried watching it once, and it's just like I don't know. I don't think I took the right vitamins before watching it or something. I don't understand what's going on. Is he dead? Does he dead? What's the wall thing with the books? He's in another dimension, I imagine.
So that's kind of exactly. You hit it on the head. It's supposed to be like, okay, he's talking to his daughter from the past, but also in the future and far away, contacting her. I'm not a big science guy, but I know a little bit. Yeah. I felt like it was a science lesson when I watched it. I think you should give it another shot.
I'm going to give it another shot. And time relativity, you guys have all the time in the world, these 24 days or whatever, to get ready for a 3-peat with the Super Bowl. It doesn't take science to know that you've come up so huge for this Chiefs defense lately, Josh. You really have. One of the incredible moments was this. What's the time relativity of a 4th-quarter sack, the first in your career in Week 14? Oh, yeah. Walk me through this.
Right. So, yeah, like you said, I think this was I think this last drive that ended up going out. The Texans were having a good game, and I believe originally I knew I was going on the blitz. Like I knew I was going. When I walked by, the safety already gave me the call. I knew I was going. So really, the only hard part for me was just trying to hide the blitz, disguise it so the tackle didn't pick me up in the back, didn't come across. Once I felt like, I timed up the snap perfectly, nobody rotated over, it was just finishing a layup from there. And, shout out to Spags for dialing up. He's always bringing the pressure. Calling up the heat. So he got me a nice little sack, and we ended the game right there on defense.
Is Spags pulling new stuff out of his bag still? Like, he's done this so long, so well, such a high level, so many rings, so much Does he have new stuff in his bag he's still pulling out and impressing you guys?
I think every morning Spags has new stuff. I mean, there's not, his mind is like he would be a great general. Like, no funny stuff. He is really just he's a wonder. He can come up with all these different type of pressures, all these different type of zone drops. And all of that is just stuff to kind of confuse the quarterback. A lot of times guys get in the defense and they kind of do the same thing year in, year out. And that's good because, you still get to, perfect what you're doing. But in this system, I think one of the benefits of us is, you have different guys doing different things all the time. We have corners who blitz. We have corners who drop to a half. We got corners playing man-to-man. We have corners playing off man, off zone. So there's so many different type of just defenses we run, and I feel like that's one of the benefits that Coach Spags brings.
He's the kind of guy who understands everything about Interstellar.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think you and Coach Spags would have a good time watching that because he could break it down for you. He's a smart man.
Let's go. He's throwing Interstellar at these offenses.
Yeah,
who knows what he's going to come up with over this time you guys have to rest. So Jalen Watson goes out. The defense takes a baby dip, middle of the pack in scoring defense, red zone, opponent passer rating. Then you started playing full-time, my friend. Somehow, this defense shoots right back up to #1 in all categories. What does it mean that this team is rolling into January with this kind of momentum on defense?
I definitely, it feels good to be able to step in and help the defense get back to where it was. But I don't just want to credit all that to me. I think a lot of that is, guys getting comfortable with each other. A lot of times on defense, it's not just about covering your guy, or getting in your right zone. You kind of also have to communicate. How does this safety read this coverage? How is your middle linebacker going to get to the curl flat or whatever it is? So a lot of that is chemistry, cohesiveness, and communication. And, once you get some reps under your belt and you guys are out there communicating at practice, knowing what you're going to see from the offense when you get out there in the game, that's kind of where you get those good stats. And, the coach has been putting us in good positions. We have a lot of veterans out there also kind of helping me. So
Josh,
shout out to them.
Take some credit, would you?
I want to. Off camera, I'm going to take the credit.
But, what's working for you right now? Don't make me throw up graphics and full screens. I love that that's as you should, but you're doing your thing right now.
Right. And honestly, the guys around me, of course, I can't speak enough about the coaches. Of course I'm trying to go in there and do my thing, but
you're
we have
swatting
guys
away passes from Mike Williams. You're going to make I'm tired. I was at Raw till 3 in the morning. You are sacking Stroud. You are smacking people left and right. Joshua.
Look, I appreciate it. But I'm telling you, we really got some guys. I'm out there, and, I got Justin Reed in my ear, Trent McDuffie telling me you can do anything. You could, if they put you in pads, and you got those guys, pumping you up how they pump me up, you might go out there and get more sacks than me, man.
Here's my question about Justin Reed. You mentioned him a couple times. There's trash talk. He lets it fly. He's an energy guy. When I talk to him, I feel that. When I watch him on the field through TV or even on the sideline a couple weeks ago, I was at that game against the Texans, and I saw that. How big is his effect outside of his physical attributes and his talent? What does he mean to this team with that level of, I don't even know, confidence inspiring, what does he bring? How important is Justin?
So much. I mean, like you said, you talked about his physical attributes, and even his mental capacity. Stanford guy, real smart. I don't want to gas him up too much. He might think he's smarter than me. But he really is like a second coach on the defense. And then along with just the motivation he brings, it's kind of just, like I said, like having a second coach out there. But at the same time, he relates with the players. He relates with the younger guys. You got him and Jaden Hicks, getting time in after practice. Him and B. Cook, always, cooking stuff up and just making sure they're on the same page. So I feel like he's the biggest glue guy, but not just the glue guy. He goes in, he contributes, he gets the defense together, he goes out there and makes plays. So, him and we got Trent out there, we got B. Cook, we got so many pieces around him. And I feel like that's why a lot of things have been going right for this defense in the later half of the season.
It's amazing. Justin Reed, a free agent. Got to bring it back, Spags. Got to get it done for Kansas City so you guys can potentially four-peat, which would be insane. You go up against these receivers. There's all of a sudden depth here. People are getting healthy at the right time. From someone who goes against them in practice every day, what is Hollywood Brown?
Ollie Brown's a threat. That's the best way I can describe it. A lot of guys didn't get to see, fans didn't get to see how, much of an impact he was. But at training camp, like I'm telling you, he was a threat. He was out there. We had to make sure we found him on defense. He gets down the field. He makes plays. I'm glad that he's back healthy. I think that's a huge addition, not only for Pat, but also just for the younger guys. We got our guy X out there, and that kind of takes a lot of the focus off of him because now they have to focus on, not only him, but Hollywood, and have to focus on Trav. So there's a lot of pieces coming together at the right time, and he's going to make a big impact come to playoffs.
I was at my first wrestling experience last night. I had never been. I know nothing about it. Which Kansas City Chief outside of Travis Kelce would make the best WWE wrestler?
Leo Chanel, easy.
Why?
Leo Chanel and Drew Tranquil. Like, there's no question.
Why?
Like, if you look at these guys, just physically, they're big. Maybe not as big as me. Maybe not as strong as me, but these guys, man, they're big, massive guys. And not only that, they got that just crazy strength. They go in the weight room and they're just throwing everything on the bar, tossing it around. They're trying to talk trash in there and see who's lifting the most. So we actually call Leo Chanel John Cena. If you talk to anybody else on the Chiefs, ask what they call Leo Chanel.
John Cena, yeah, I just learned about John Cena yesterday. He does this a lot, and he's like a good boy. That's what I know. And he's on his world tour, but it's not your farewell tour because you guys are trying to win 3 and keep going. I can't wait to see you in the playoffs. I want to show you, and I'm a Bengals girl. Sorry, love the Bengals.
Whoa.
Yeah, well, we got beef, you and me. You intercepted Joe a couple years ago. Yeah. I remember this in the AFC Championship game. This is your first Super Bowl on the route to that. What do you remember about this?
Yeah, so this is a game, it was really cold out, that's one thing, it was cold out, and I think Snead, shout out to Snead, he had gotten hurt like the second drive of the game. Yeah. And for some reason, that whole game, I just knew, I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna have to play a lot today. I don't know why I felt that, but I knew it. So second drive comes, he gets injured, and I come in, and I think at one point we had all starters in the secondary. It was me, Trent, Jalen Watson, and Brian Cook. The only other vet in the secondary was, I think, Justin Reed, because Juan Thornhill had gotten hurt. So we're out there, and, the coaches all through the game, they're just trying to make sure we're locked in. And I honestly feel like as a unit, that was the best game that we played. Trent had some PBUs. B. Cook had a PBU that tipped it up to me. I got the pick. Jalen Watson got a pick. So when I look back at my rookie year, that's probably one of the most impactful games, and I feel like that's why I grew the most. Especially going into that Super Bowl.
I have a little note here. Josh is 7-0 in his career in the playoffs. He has not experienced a season that doesn't end in a Super Bowl yet, going for 3 rings in 3 seasons. That is unbelievable and absolutely crazy. That play was unbelievable. Are you watching Wild Card Weekend? I think we have the schedule. We can pull it out. Will you watch these games? Which game were you most excited to check out?
I definitely want to check out that Ravens game and then the Bills game. Those are 2 good matchups right there. And, a lot of people might think the Bills just easily have it. But, Denver's a good team. And so, we're excited to see how that plays out. And, yeah, those are probably going to be the 2 teams I'm watching.
Okay, we love it. We're going to do a little fun game in the break, but we're going to say goodbye. Anything else you want to get out there? Are you taking a nap now? Are you going to hibernate? What's the story?
No, only thing I could say, shout out to Homegrown Restaurant. That's where I'm about to go right now. Grab me the It Takes the Cake special. I'm about to get my pancakes, eggs with cheese on it, grits on the side with cheese, and then some sausages. That's it. That's the only shout out I got.
I thought you put peanut butter on your pancakes. Was I lied to? I'm sorry, butter.
No, but you're locked in. I do, but not at Homegrown. You got to do those with the microwave pancakes. I'll get you the info on that.
Do you own Homegrown? Why? Who works at Homegrown? Who are we shouting out?
I'm not shouting out nobody but the people who make the food. I have no kind of, sponsorship, no nothing. I just go there and enjoy the food. That is the best food. If you come to Kansas City, you need some breakfast. Shout out to Homegrown.
Homegrown. Okay, well, your agents better get they're on the line, I think. They got to get you that sponsorship going into it. I'll say it again. You've gone 3 rings, 3 seasons. You have not experienced a season that doesn't end in a Super Bowl yet, and let's try to keep it going. We will talk to you in the break. We're going to take a little break. Darren Sproles is on the show. Okay, I want to play this game with you so we can get this out on social. We're going to play a game. I'm going to tell you an event, and you tell me you think it happens this year. It's called Jay Will or Jay Won't. Will you go on a tropical vacation when it's all said and done?
Absolutely. I'm going back to St. Kitts and Nevis. That's where my dad's side is from. Jay will definitely do that.
Will you get Andy Reid to try peanut butter on pancakes?
Oh, Jay won't. He's a big burger guy. I don't want to get him out of his comfort zone. I don't know if I can convince him on that one.
Have you ever seen him eat something that's not a burger?
You know what? I think that might be a little confidential. We might have to talk about that off here.
Okay, sounds good. Will you adopt a pet ever?
Oh, you know what? That's a big topic of discussion for me right now. I don't have any animals. Eventually I will, but that can't be right now. I don't have the mental capacity.
Will you throw yourself a birthday party? Jay will or Jay won't?
Jay will, and it won't be during the season because my birthday's in October. But it always comes around during the off season. I always throw myself a birthday party.
Will you be doing confetti angels in New Orleans? Jay will or Jay won't?
Jay won't because I already hit the confetti angels. This time I'm thinking of going like maybe the LeBron James, get him in my hand, throw it up like it's powder, and then kind of just let it fall, Yeah.
We have like 30 seconds. What's it like out there in those moments? Do you remember them or is it all blur?
Oh, absolutely. I think honestly it's hard to forget. You get like one specific implanted memory, and I feel like each and every one of them is me looking for my dad. I don't know where he goes after the game, but everybody's parents are already out there. He takes the longest to get to the field after we win.
Josh,
shout out to my dad.
Shout out to him. Shout out to Homegrown. Go enjoy your peanut butterless pancakes. We love you. Great to see you.
Yes, ma'am. Good to see you, Kay. Appreciate
Call me ma'am. You just ruined it by the ma'am. Goodbye. Get him out of here. See ya. Oh, he's great. Him and Justin Reed should do a podcast if they don't have one already.
Boy, oh boy, is he special. The Tank.
Run it up, run it up.
Darren Sproles, gone!
On my path, getting it.
You've got to be joking me!
Run it up, run it up. Hitting the gas, whipping it.
My favorite player, number 43. Is it my birthday? We get 3-time Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champion. Darren Sproles, how are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm okay. And then I look at your highlights and I'm like, the NFL just ain't it when you're not out there and there's no one like you. So what am I supposed to do?
We're gonna have to find somebody else, I feel like, huh?
Who? Who reminds you of you right now? Darren.
Right now?
Yeah.
It was okay.
Nobody.
No, Deuce Vaughn, but
okay, yeah.
They have to play Deuce Vaughn. You know what I'm saying? Like, let them get out there and rock.
Okay.
Let them, yeah.
Is it crazy to think? I was thinking about Jahmyr Gibbs. He's like a bigger you. Is that crazy?
Yeah.
I don't want to compare, but he's a big Do you see anything that you like about his game? I'm obsessed with him right now.
Like he's special in space, and then like third downs, he's a mismatch. Like he a bigger me though. Yeah.
Yeah. How's he doing it without David Montgomery? I have a feeling you like the Lions. Like everybody likes the Lions.
I like the Lions. But I also like my Eagles, so I can't, you know what I'm saying?
Let's get to it. The wild
That's
card.
going to be the NFC Championship game, though, I feel like.
You're too smart. I'd trying to get you to talk about another NFC team. Darren knows me too well. Let's take a look at the schedule. It is set. Your Eagles, your Chargers in on both conferences. Chargers, wild card. We'll get to that, of course, but let's talk about these Eagles. I mean, can anybody beat them? I know we don't want to talk about the Lions, but they are in the playoffs as the 2 seed. Saquon had one of the greatest seasons as a running back. 2K. What do you make of this team going into these playoffs?
This is probably the best Eagle team that we've ever seen. They the defensive side, they're playing lights out right now. And then like on the offensive side, Saquon behind the best offensive line in the league this is special to watch. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the Super Bowl is going to be the Eagles and the Chiefs rematch.
Eagles, Chiefs rematch. Are you saying that why is this team better than the Super Bowl team?
Because of okay, so like with us,
yeah,
Saquon is he's the best Eagle running back that has been. Like, you know what I'm saying? And his offensive line is better too. But on the defensive side, that back end is special. And then we added the rookie Coop too. Yeah. Like
Tell me about the rookie Coop. What do you think of the rookie Coop? He might be like all pro. He's unbelievable.
he's a baller, ain't he?
Yeah, I want to know what you think of him.
The way he done stepped in and like took on the role of the nickel for us, and then we needed him to return punts, and then he was able to step in and do that. Like, he's an athlete.
Who would you vote for MVP? Would you, if you could cast a ballot? Is it Saquon? Or is it a quarterback?
Everybody is saying the MVP is a quarterback award, right? But I feel like it has to go to Saquon. So Saquon has had an incredible season. I just wish he could have got that like the rushing record, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's got to go to Saquon. He had an incredible year.
He did, but I want you to know that Saquon has 2,283 all-purpose yards. You're saying MVP, crazy year. Do you know that that's still over 400 yards short of your 2011 record season? 4 freaking 100, Darren. Is that not crazy?
That is crazy.
You don't want to flex on that a little bit? I would. I'd be like through the roof right now. I'd have like fireworks shooting out of my fingers. No?
Nah.
Okay, if you say so. That Saints year was in 2011?
Yep.
That was crazy.
2011.
That was completely crazy. There's some rumors. Let's talk about this. If the Eagles lose in the first round of the playoffs, there's reports made by ESPN that Nick Sirianni's job could be in jeopardy. What do you make of that?
Nah, Nick, Coach has, he's done a great job. And then, but he is the winningest coach, like in the first 4 years of any Eagles coach, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, he's got a lot of wins.
I don't feel like his job is in jeopardy.
But there's a lot of one and done. There's a lot of wild coach stuff going on. I know you're close to you're super close to that organization, of course. Like, so you're saying that that's total BS. There's no way he should be on the hot seat.
All talk, yeah.
Love that.
It's all talk.
Love that. Anything else on the Eagles you want to talk about? I'm looking at this. Packers at Eagles, Sunday, 4:30. Eagles 4.5-point favorites on FanDuel Sportsbook. How's this going to go?
It's going to be a blowout. We're playing at home, too?
Yes.
Yeah.
A blowout.
A blowout.
Is this
blowout.
So you think it's, okay, so we're going Eagles, Chiefs for the Super Bowl. We got that pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nick, I just got the note. Nick has a top 5 winning percentage of any coach in NFL history right now. So Sproles and I saying, shut up about these rumors about being one and done. And they're not even going to get to one and done because you think they're going to walk right into New Orleans, which would be amazing, your old stomping grounds, where you set this ridiculous all-purpose record that you don't care about apparently today. Can we talk about the Chargers?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What do you want to know?
Let's give them some love, because it's the other conference. This is great for you. We're not putting you in a bad spot here. I mean, you were always a Herbert fan. You wanted better coaching. He has better coaching. Now he also has this. This is pretty impressive. It's the best touchdown to interception ratio in Chargers history. He's got that this season. Better than Breeze. Better than Phil Rivers in his 2009 season. Without the coaching, what has been most impressive when you're watching the further development and evolution of this quarterback?
Coach Harbaugh has added a run game. Like he added the run game to help Justin, like, you know what I'm saying? So like the play action has helped him. So it's just like they finally got a true leader, like in Coach Harbaugh, what they needed.
I'm looking at these numbers, it's crazy. And I mean, they just added Zeke Elliott too. Did you see that?
Yeah, I seen that.
What can I expect out of him? What kind of impact can he have?
Well, we gonna see. Like, it's the with that adding, that further tells you what, what he's trying to do.
Greg Roman. I mean, this is a guy who was prolific. I mean, the Cowboys said they want him to go to a team that can win. With your best guess, like, what's he got, you think? Gus Edwards has an ankle injury. He didn't play last week.
My thing is with Zeke, he still got something in the tank. Only thing they got to do, hey, just run duo. Just keep running duo with him. He can run that. He can run that in the sleep.
Okay. I'm looking at this. I mean, Harbaugh is signing all guys that played well against him in Michigan. At Michigan. Why is he doing that? Have you ever talked to Harbaugh?
I talked to him one time. Yes.
What was that like?
He's no, like, he has a lot of knowledge, man, and he's a great guy to me. Yeah.
Yeah, I was excited to see him. I'd like to see where they go. I know that you obviously. It's kind of weird because I know you love Sean. Sean loves you. Yeah. And that's like a division rival. Sean. I get the whole thing, but I mean, he gets this team. So you know what the over-under was for this team? I can't get over it. 5.5. 5.5? 5.5 going into the season. And I think Sean was like, F that. He loves being underestimated. He gets them back in the playoffs for the first time since 2015. When you think of, I mean, I'm sure you weren't surprised by this. They got a big matchup this week. But I feel like the Broncos are being told, it's over. You're one and done. You have to go it's tough. 8.5-point underdogs. I feel like Sean Payton eats that for breakfast. He loves that.
Yeah, he loves a challenge. He loves a challenge, and then he finally got him a quarterback that he likes too over there though. So that actually helped him too.
Did he make the quarterback grade, or was the quarterback grade, or is it both? What do you see when you watch Bo? What are you seeing?
See, I feel like it's both. Like they work good together, almost like him and Drew Brees. Mm-hmm. So they make each other better.
How do you get the best out of you?
For sure.
How do you get the best out of you, Darren?
Man, the thing about like Sean, he uses a player to their strengths. So with me, he put me in a lot of space. He put me in a lot of space. And then like he's let me do me.
Sean's got this running back, Jaleel McLaughlin. Do we have his highlights? I think we do. I asked for him this morning. I don't know if you've watched him, but I feel like he's doing this like 2009 Saints thing. Do you see that in this?
Shifty back, yeah.
Do you see it? Talk to me about this.
He's trying to do him the same way, like trying to get him in space, and then he's trying to create mismatches too with him. So
this is 2011 you trying to be, right?
He got a good feel.
Yeah. Okay. Tell me this. How can they win this game, Darren? It seems tough. It is tough. How do they win?
It is tough, but like they're gonna have to control the clock. They got to keep Josh Allen on the bench. You know what I'm saying? Like, they gonna have to, because it ain't gonna be easy, but they just have to control the clock.
Run the ball? It sounds like something that you're interested in.
Run the ball. Run the ball. Yep.
Okay, I wanted to ask you before, we're going to get your all-pro picks, but I did want to ask, so I went to the Saints, training camp, and I see the number 43 jersey out on the field. And I don't know if I don't remember if I hit you up about it or not, but this was a little, I know this is their punter. Are you okay? Just be honest with me. You cannot be so serious, Darren. You cannot be okay with a punter wearing this number on the field. You cannot be.
As long as a punter is a baller, hey, I don't care.
No, respectfully. How can you not? who's failed here? Someone's failed their job in letting that be okay. He might have wanted it, but somebody else should have. Who co-signed? Who was the second guy that was like, all right, let's print this up and give this? That is iconic. I just got Hamilton. Come on in here. My producer, my better half here. Hamilton. What happened at camp when I saw that? No disrespect.
Darren, I had to hold her back from going out on the field and yelling at the rookie punter for taking your number. I was like, hey, he's a rookie. He's trying to make the team. Like, it's not his fault. And she's like, no, he's got to take that off right now.
It was the angriest. I can't believe I'm angry that you're not angry. Sproles.
That's the Saints. That's the upstairs that did that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, we're going to take a TV break, but I'm going to get to your All-Pro picks. That's right, Darren Sproles, an absolute legend, is going to give us some All-Pro vibes right now on YouTube. We're going to get this all over social. Everybody's making picks, Sproles. Let's do skill positions. Let's go one by one here. Who is your All-Pro quarterback for 2024-2025? Oof.
All-Pro quarterback? You know, this was kind of hard for me because, you know, Joe Burrow had a great year, you know what I'm saying, like numbers-wise, but also golf. So I'm going to go with golf.
No Josh Allen? No Lamar? Why golf? Golf?
Because golf got them boys over there rolling. But think about golf, like with the offense, like golf, and then like their run game right now.
Yeah.
They tough right now. They're tough.
They're tough, but they're injured. They're doing it like without pieces, without David Montgomery. They
really remind me of the Eagles, our Super Bowl season. You know what I'm saying? We had a lot of injuries, but we still was winning. Like we had depth.
Yeah, I can see that. And you're saying this Eagles team is better than that one, so the Eagles beat the Lions. We get it. It makes sense.
Yeah.
The math checks out. Who's your pick for running back, All-Pro?
All-Pro running back, Saquon Barkley.
Makes sense. How about two wide receivers? You get 2 wide receivers here.
2 wide receivers. I'm going to go with St. Brown, and I'm going to go with Chase.
Okay, Eagles fans are going to be like, you're just doubling down on Lions? What are you doing?
Yeah, but, like, we're going off this year, and I'm going off numbers, too. You know what I'm saying? So, these are my 2.
Okay, I mean, Justin Jefferson, some were like, I see you, Sproles. Don't catch me in the offseason. And let's go with your tight end. Who's your tight end?
I'm going to go with Kittle.
Okay.
I'll go with Kittle.
I honestly think I'd put Kittle in, too. I think Kittle would be maybe Brock Bowers, but he's a rookie. And last but not least, you were one of the most explosive kick returners of all time, my favorite. Who is your all-pro returner for this season?
Man, my all-pro returner, it has, you know what, so I'm not a Cowboys fan at all. But this young man they got back there, Turbin, he's special. He's very special. And, like in a while, like they gonna really stop like kicking the ball to him.
Really, you think?
Because he's that special, yes.
He's that special. So I know it hurts you to put a Cowboy on there. Darren Sproles, I could not love you more. And hopefully I'll see you in New Orleans at the Super Bowl.
Yes, you will. You'll see me there.
Yay! Love you. Thank you so much. Happy New Year.
All right. Same to you. Happy New Year.
See ya. Darren Sproles, what a legend. I literally can't believe he knows who I am or comes on the show. Unbelievable. Turbin, by the way, leading the league in return average. So attaboy to him. And here's some attaboys for Week 18. Okay, we're going to give lots of love to playoff teams. So let's talk about dudes who had their final game of the season. I want to talk a little Joe Milton to end the show. Of course I do. Pat's rookie. What a debut. A nice taste in the mouth. They lose their coach, all this, whatever. He replaces Dre Make, quarterback du jour, on the second series of the game. He just went crazy. 257, a touchdown through the air, touchdown on the ground. The highlights were amazing. He's running around. He's rifling lasers, on the move. And this is all in front of Josh Allen. Love this attaboy. And by the way, he was PFF's highest graded quarterback for Week 18, which was amazing. And Joe followed through on something, by the way, he told me he would do before the draft. Are we bringing the backflips to the NFL? Let's start here. Talk
the
to me.
backflips. The backflip's gonna be with me forever. I feel like I'll be doing that for the rest of my life.
I don't know if they're gonna let you backflip like that.
I don't think so. But probably when I get my first touchdown, I might do it.
Yeah.
You never know.
Well. Here's his first touchdown. Is he going to do it? Is he going to do it? Are you going to lie? Did you lie to me? Did you lie to me like Kevin Durant lies to me all the time? No, you did it! You backflipped! Love that. I know it was a weird day, and there's weird stuff going on in New England overall. Gerard Mayo, all of that, losing the #1 overall pick. But I like seeing Joe take advantage of the opportunity. I want to give an attaboy to Bryce Young, okay? The day he had against the Falcons to end their season, 275 total yards, 5 touchdowns, overtime win to close out the year. Attaboy, best performance. The offense looked unstoppable. 44 points, the most by a Panthers team since 2017. Carolina finishes the season strong, winning 2 of their last 3. Do they have their quarterback? I think so. They also they were a disruptor. They flipped the table, ended the playoff lives of some of these teams, and I loved to see this. I guess we can talk about Caleb Williams. He helped the Bears come up with their first win at Lambeau, and it means something, okay? To win there, just hang your hat on it, guys. Enjoy it. 10 years this has not happened. Bad end. Very cool to see Caleb sort of execute, especially the final drive you're looking at, especially the last play, Cairo Santos, the game winner. Just giving the Packers that FU makes my heart warm and really warmed me on the holiday season. So congrats to Caleb, long-suffering fan base. It's looking up, hopefully, for next year.